Westchester County, New York, I'm on a mission to talk to 914 people in the 914. Today I'm here at the School of Rock in White Plains to talk to both Lindsay and Chris who work at this awesome establishment. We talk about growing up in Westchester, music education in Westchester, their own musical projects, and of course, their favorite spots to hang out. Let's go inside and check this place out.
No need to be in the middle, just keep pushing forward. Grateful for all that's around here in the 914.
Where in Westchester did you guys grow up, and what are some of your memories?
Sure, yeah, I grew up in Pelham, New York, and some of my memories there, I spent my whole life there, I live there now. I went to school there, I did rec league sports, basketball, softball, that stuff, so yeah, Westchester's always just been a part of my life. It's,
Yeah, awesome, cool.
Yeah, I'm actually from White Plains. I literally used to live like 2 minutes up from this location. So I grew up there about like 18 years. Mostly like just a lot of music and jamming, from people around the neighborhood.
Cool.
I used to like skateboard up and down this street when I was a kid.
Dude, we probably ran into each other at some point.
Were you ever in like KB back in the day?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I kind of I was never good at it, but I used to just hang around a bunch of like skateboard folks and make some music with them. That was mostly my upbringing here.
Awesome, yeah. Music and skateboarding is exactly how I grew up here too. So let's talk about music education in Westchester. This is something that I actually feel really strongly about. I went to college. I did my master's degree in music education. So I've taught music for the past couple of years. I work in Mercy College now in their music department. So what do you guys feel about the current state of music education in Westchester, and how do you think that the School of Rock in White Plains helps to improve on that?
Yeah, well, there's definitely a bunch of different music education, establishments in Westchester. School of Rock, we're a franchise. School of Rocks are all over the place, but I think one thing that sets us apart and how we keep it alive here in Westchester is that we do it a little bit differently. So instead of just offering lessons only for kids, we also offer a performance aspect to it. So kids could join rehearsal groups each week for a season, and it leads up to our end of season concert where they get to perform at a real music venue in Westchester. So that's something that we really pride ourselves in. I think it's really cool to still keep that live music alive in Westchester.
Yeah, I love that it's performance based, and I love that it gets the kids in the same room together to play, because I feel like a big issue I realize in some of the other content that I make actually is I always have kids asking me how do you start a band? And this kind of just gives them the in of oh yeah, you're gonna start with all these other kids.
Right, exactly. Yeah, we just give that opportunity right from the jump to the kids. I remember growing up in Pelham down there, at that time when I was a teenager, I just didn't really I didn't know of people who played instruments. At the time, I was taking drum lessons privately, but I didn't have anybody who knew how to play other instruments, so I was just solo up until college, and until college, that's when I found people to play with. So I think this is a really cool place where we just give kids that easy opportunity to just have people to play with, and they could start building those abilities to learn how to play with others, at a young age.
Yeah, for sure. For sure, that's awesome. What about you? Did you what was your music education background growing up here specifically?
So I actually I had the stars aligned for me. I went to George Washington Elementary School, and I was writing a report on Louis Armstrong. He's a trumpet player. At the same time that Wynton Marsalis and his brother came to the school. So I started out very orchestra oriented, jazz music, and my heart was really set on heavy and death metal. There was not a whole lot of opportunities for that, so we actually both did this. We were both taking jazz drum set lessons, because that was just kind of what you did around here. That's what was available. I was also pretty active in the White Plains High School Songwriting Club. Oh. We actually had RJ was in there. We had some students who participated in that. Actually, they played at Carmine's recently too.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I was doing a little bit, but similarly, I really wish that there was a program like this, because we're focusing on exactly what I wanted to do at that time. So I always felt there was something missing from my music education back then.
Yeah.
On that exact note of finding and starting a band.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I grew up in Yonkers, and music kind of just continuously got slashed all the time. I took saxophone in 4th grade, and then it was like, oh, 5th grade, there's no music anymore, so there goes that.
Oh no.
And then it was just like, all right, cool. I picked up the guitar on my own and figured it out, but it was very much so just like figuring it out on my own, and I didn't have a place like this, at least maybe I didn't realize it. I don't even know if this existed at the time, but I didn't realize something like this would exist, so it was kind of just like, go out and play music with whoever, find friends that would also be into it, and like teach your friend how to play bass and teach your other friend how to play drums so that you could all jam together.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, cool.
I guess with this place, what we're trying to do right now, so we've been open for a little over 4 years, but recently we've been trying to really find music venues that are like actual music venues for our kids to play in. In the past, we've used Captain Lawrence Brewery, our brewing company. They've been awesome to us, where the kids got experience to play in kind of like a warehouse setting, which is cool. We got to set up our own. It was very DIY. We set up our own lights, all sound and all that stuff. But now we're kind of taking that next step to really move to real venues. So one of them right now, we're
Playgroup Theater.
The Playgroup Theater in White Plains. Is that right next to the city center?
Kind of. It's on 1 North Broadway.
Gotcha. That, and then for our adult program, we've been speaking with Carmine's Deli. It's an Italian deli that they transformed into a music venue, which is really awesome. So
Where's that?
It's Elmsford. Yeah, about 7 minutes away from
Old
here.
Town Road or something like that.
Yeah, so they've been having gigs almost every single week there. This guy, Joe Palumbo's really making a venue out of it, which is awesome. He's got this whole sound system he's working out the kinks to and all that stuff. But that's something we're really interested in doing, is really seeking out music venues that are trying to keep the music scene alive in Westchester, because we definitely want to keep that connection and have kids really see what it's all about to perform at, whether it's small, big venues, like the whole array of different venues. So that's just something we've been working on the past couple months.
Yeah, it's tough in Westchester, right? Especially right now. Over the years, it's kind of been hit or miss. I would say it's tough with music venues in Westchester specifically, but 2 great spots, if you guys don't know about them already, are Lucy's. The Garage at Lucy's in Pleasantville is an awesome spot.
Yeah.
And also Garcia's is pretty cool up at the Capitol Theater.
Yeah, we've used Lucy's twice, I believe, with our adult bands who they perform there. But yeah, Garcia's, we were thinking about hitting them up and seeing if we could maybe do some future shows there. But
let's talk about your own music, because why not? We're sitting here, like, what do you guys do musically on your own outside of School of Rock?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, currently I spend most of my time DJing, so I'm also a drummer, but I kind of put that on the back burner right now. But yeah, I'm a current DJ. I play a lot of shows around New York, not so much Westchester, unfortunately, but I do play a lot in Brooklyn and, out-of-state gigs occasionally. So that's kind of what I'm doing now.
Cool.
Yeah, I was in some metal bands for a while, but I've recently kind of been focusing on my craft for a bit, so I'm kind of taking a break from performing, and I'm actually kind of like having a little identity crisis as to whether or not I want to be a guitarist or a drummer. I spent so much time playing drums. Now that I'm living in an apartment complex, I'm leaning much more into guitar lately, so I've been trying to like get my guitar progress up to a point where I can start to play like the music that I want to play, almost like kind of creating my own stuff, like prog metal.
Sweet.
Stuff. So that's the goal.
Sweet. Awesome. That's dope. So name 3 of your favorite spots in Westchester.
So one of them is Silver Lake Pizzeria in Harrison. I truly think that's like the best pizza in Westchester.
Cool.
Love that place so much. If you hear this, give me free pizza.
Silver Lake.
Another good one is Tequila Sunrise in Larchmont. Super good food there, very good drinks. And third one, like the Kensico Dam Path.
Oh, I love that spot. Yeah.
That whole little trip from the train station down there is something I did a lot as a kid. So.
I love in the summers. I ride my bike starting in Bronxville. I ride my bike up the Bronx River Parkway.
Oh my goodness, nice.
And then you ride it, you can get off at White Plains, and then you can take the path up to Kensico, then ride it up over the Kensico, and then back down.
Yes.
It's a great bike ride.
Have you ever taken that little, like, that brick road path that's to the right? It's like, it used to be a road. And
yeah. And it's like the extreme uphill brick.
Yes, yeah.
Horrible to ride a road bike up.
Yes, very fun.
Nice. For me, 3 spots I really enjoy visiting. It's more of a nostalgia thing where I just have a lot of memories tied to it. First one is definitely New Rock City in New Rochelle. I spent so many countless nights as a preteen and teenager just hanging out there with friends. The second one got me thinking about food now. I was thinking Pelham Pizzeria, which is right down the street from my house. They continuously make the best pizza in Pelham. Also, plug Pelham Pizza. Hit me up.
Here.
And, let's see, the third place. Ooh, that's tough. I definitely have to say another hangout spot was the Cross County Mall. Was there go? I mean, they've renovated a lot over the years, but it's just been a spot to hang out and go shopping with friends and stuff, and just maybe a family outing or whatever. So there's just a lot of memories tied to that area.